Tonight we report on an alleged stabbing at a Moses Lake home, and a police officer is reportedly attacked by a man in Moses Lake. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. Two Lady Vikings signed letters of intent, and Afraid of Softball takes two from Quincy. Here's a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Hello everyone, I'm Cristina Sanchez. We do have a cold front pushing through the area. We do have a chance of showers. I'll have all the details just ahead with your extended forecast.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
A Moses Lake woman allegedly stabbed a man in the hand at a Moses Lake home. Brandon Pryor, a 29-year-old woman, went to visit a 51-year-old man at a home in the 1000 block of West Marina Drive on Friday morning. The Moses Lake police reported on Monday that she reportedly pulled a knife and began swinging at him. The man reportedly put his left hand up to defend himself and was stabbed in the hand. He allegedly grabbed a frying pan and hit Pryor. She fled and was located by police near West 3rd Avenue and was arrested for assault in the 2nd degree. Pryor reportedly had 2 knives in her possession. More than 50 cars were on display over the weekend at the 31st annual Moses Lake High School Skills USA Indoor Car Show. Reporter Jeff Chu was there and has the story.
It started 31 years ago with about 10 classic cars. Saturday's annual Moses Lake High School Skills USA Indoor Car Show exhibited 55 souped-up Hot Wheels and antique vehicles. Some of the machines on wheels came in unique designs. The event takes place at Big Bend Community College's 3300 building and draws a crowd to raise money so Moses Lake High School students can attend the Skills USA 3-day event in April in Tacoma. The Moses Lake Automotive Technology students will compete with about 3,000 others at the statewide event. They will compete by working on small engines, taking tests, identifying tools, even installing chains on chainsaws and stringing weed whackers. The event raised more than $3,000 for the students. The cars roll in from around the Northwest, but most were from the Grant County area. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
Grant County officials are meeting with county fair food vendors to discuss a potential increase in fees. The Grant County Commissioners delayed a decision on Monday about a proposed 2.5% increase in the amount the county takes from nonprofit vendors. It would increase from 12.5% to 15% of gross income. Fairgrounds manager Jerry Gingrich asked for the delay so he can meet with nonprofit organizations at 7 p.m. on April 9th in the Huck Fuller building at the fairgrounds. Each food vendor at the fair pays a minimum of $500 to rent a space for the week. If the organization or business earns more than $500, it pays a percentage of the money it makes to the county. The change is estimated to increase revenue for the fairgrounds by $5,000. A man allegedly assaulted a Moses Lake police officer Sunday night after hiding behind a tree. An officer was responding to a report about a suspicious man in dark clothing carrying a backpack on Edgewater Lane. According to Moses Lake Police on Monday, the man allegedly hid behind a large tree when he noticed the officer. He was identified as 49-year-old Moses Lake resident Patrick Eslick. Eslick allegedly dropped the backpack and began to run toward his home on Reisner Road when the officer got out of his vehicle. Eslick reportedly stopped in a driveway and turned toward the officer in a fighting stance and then shoved and tried to punch the officer. Police claim Eslick stopped when the officer drew his taser. Eslick was arrested for assault in the 3rd degree, possession of methamphetamine, and resisting arrest. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
And we'll be right back after a short break.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of these many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
When you find out about the DQ $5 lunch, all this food for only $5, you gotta tell people about it. So I situated nice. Frosty drink next to this juicy grilled burger and fries. Get my sundae, boom. I just dropped a $5 lunchagram on all my friends. Get ready for a little $5 envy.
Michael, we like your style. The $5 lunch. Entree, fries, drink, plus a sundae. Only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
Hello everyone, I'm Cristina Sanchez with your One News Weather Center, brought to you by your Bud Cleary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. For the rest of the week, we do have slightly cooler temperatures than what we've had within the past few days. However, seasonal temperatures will stay with us throughout this Thursday and Friday, and we do have a cold front pushing through, especially into the inland northwest, so they do have a slight chance of precipitation. And now we did have breezy conditions throughout the day. However, improving conditions will continue throughout the night into this Wednesday afternoon, and also a slight chance of showers will be in place as we go into this Wednesday afternoon. We did start off the day in the upper 30s, slightly above average low temperature for this time of the year, which is around the mid 30s, and for today's high in the upper 50s, our average high temperatures as well as in the upper 50s, and record high temperature was back in 2013, and high temperature at that time was around the low to mid 70s. Now, the record high temperature for Moses Lake was 78 back in 1962, and today's high temperature as well in the upper 50s. Seasonal temperatures for Moses Lake as well, and lows in the low 40s. So they did start off the day with cool temperatures, however, still above the normal low temperature for this time of the year. And right now we are in the mid 50s. We still have some cloud cover, however, improving conditions will continue throughout the night and into this Wednesday afternoon. We did have breezy conditions all throughout the day, and along the Cascades, there is still that chance of showers, and also a wintry mix in higher elevations throughout this Wednesday morning, all throughout the night. However, for us, we do expect to stay dry throughout the night. Into this Wednesday, we'll have a slight chance of showers. However, for the most part, once again, dry on Thursday and another chance of showers on Friday. Saturday, Sunday will be our best chance of having some precipitation across the area. For the most part, we do have mostly cloudy conditions, especially along the coast and higher elevations. Within the next 24 hours, they do have that chance of precipitation in form of wintry mix in higher elevations. And for the rest, for Friday morning and the rest of the day, we'll have that slight chance of showers once again. But for Seattle, throughout this Wednesday afternoon, chance of showers, high temperatures in the low 50s, as well as for Long Beach. In the Yakima Valley, mostly sunny skies, high temperatures right around 60 degrees, which is seasonal for this time of the year, and low 50s in the inland northwest. As that cold front pushes through, they also do expect breezy conditions and that chance of showers. While for us, we do have, for the most part, dry conditions and high temperatures once again in the upper 50s. And for the rest of the week, we'll have temperatures in the upper 50s. However, slight chance of showers on Saturday. Sunday will be our best chance of showers. This segment was brought to you by your Bud Cleary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We'll be back with sports.
Hi. Hi, I see here on my glasses that it's your sales event.
Yeah, we have low APR financing and some great lease offers. Check out the bold new Camry.
Wow, that's really nice. I gotta get a closer look. Wow, there's so much stuff.
Careful.
If I could just see where I was going.
Right now, you can lease a new 2015 Camry for $199 a month with $750 lease bonus cash. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan.
Now this is cool.
That's easy to see.
Toyota, let's go places.
Big Ben's Kelsey Searley and Alexis Spence have signed letters of intent to play softball for Eastern Oregon University. Searley from Graham, Washington, plays center field and is hitting .377 for the Lady Vikings. Spence, out of San Luis Obispo, California, has been Big Ben's ace in the circle the past 2 seasons. The two are pictured with Vikings assistant coaches Tasha Gentry, Alan Harrison, and head coach Ray Moffitt. Lauren Schwalbach, the Ladies Vikings left fielder, is expected to sign with Eastern Oregon as well this week. The Ephrata Lady Tigers softball swept a home twin bill with Quincy to remain undefeated on the early season. Sarah Dodson tossed 5 innings of 3-hit ball, giving up 1 earned run in a 12-2 win in Game 1. Brooke Stutzman had the big stick for the Tigers, going 2 for 3 at the plate with a triple and 5 RBI. Michaela Wood got the start and fanned 7 jacks in a 16-6 win in the nightcap. Stutzman came up big at the dish again for Ephrata. She pounded out 3 hits and 4 at-bats with 2 triples, 4 RBI, and 4 runs scored. The Tigers improved to 6-0 with the sweep and will head to Othello to take on the Huskies after spring break. Bruce Horton scored twice, and the Tigers picked up a 3-2 shootout win on the pitch over Wapato. Horton scored the lone goal of the first half 20 minutes into the contest. Armando Garcia's goal leveled it 1-1 at the 50th minute. Horton's second goal 20 minutes later put the Tigers up 2-1. Cesar Gonzalez tied it 2-2 with a minute to go in regulation. Andres Mendoza recorded 5 saves for Ephrata. Rodrigo Campos denied 10 Tiger shots on frame. Gonzaga's basketball season officially came to an end this weekend against Duke. The two teams faced off in an Elite 8 matchup in Houston, Texas. The Zags and Blue Devils went back and forth the first 35 minutes, but Duke took control in the final 5. The Zags' Kyle Wiltshire had a chance to tie the game at 53-all with 4:48 remaining, but missed a wide-open layup. Duke then went on a 13-1 run to close it out and win it 66-52. The win denied Gonzaga their first appearance in the Final Four. Kyle Wiltshire finished with a game-high 16 points for the Zags. Duke freshman Justice Winslow led the Devils with 16 points. It's hard not to say Kyle Wiltshire's missed open layup was the turning point in the game. Gonzaga head coach Mark Few says the missed layup was just a bad luck basketball play for the Zags.
It was a shot he makes. I mean, he make that thing, 499 times out of 500. It was just a fluke, and there's nobody on the team we'd rather have taken it other than him. He's just got such a beautiful touch with the ball around the rim. So, it just for some reason didn't drop.
We'll be right back after this.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. And the patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the Columbia Basin Pinewood Derby, where local Cub and Boy Scouts made their own wooden cars and hit the track. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
Columbia Basin Pinewood Derby hit the track once again in Ephrata. The Saturday event, sponsored by Ephrata Cub Scout Pack 42 at Ephrata High School Gym, drew Cub Scouts and their families from Quincy, Ephrata, and Soap Lake. Warren Libbert, district executive for the Boy Scouts Columbia Basin District that oversees more than 30 Cub Scout packs of about 300 Cubs, said kids still enjoy making the cars and racing them.
It's a big thing. That's what the Cubs look forward to all year long. They love it. That's it's one of their biggest events. Of course, the kids love making their own car and working on it with their parents. And so that's especially on the district level. They each get to race on their own pack, and then their own district level they get to kind of compete against everybody else. So a lot of fun.
Pinewood Derbies take place locally and around the country, dating back 60 years. Pinewood Derby cars still originate from a kit consisting of a block of wood, plastic wheels, and nails to attach them to the car body. The difference is computerization, and the internet has led to more exotic and aerodynamic car designs. The Pinewood Derby track of today is digital, taking judges out of the equation.
It gets pretty fancy with technology nowadays.
Ben Simmons, Scoutmaster with Quincy's Troop 76, for years ran the Cub Scouts Pinewood Derby there. He said the Pinewood Derby of today is geared toward a digital track that gives more accurate times and finishes.
You know, when I was a kid, you had two dads judging the race, but a computer system with timing lights is very sophisticated, and there's always going to be lanes that are faster than one lane will be faster than the other, and it's a 5-lane track. So you'll get to race at least one time on every lane, and I'll bet these guys will race 2 times on every lane. And so there really isn't any advancing. Nobody gets kicked out, you know, in a traditional bracket system, but rather they'll race the whole day, and then the computer will generate times of who's the fastest.
Simmons said one historic constant is that the Pinewood Derby car still comes out of a box. Simmons' son Preston talked about his car's aerodynamic feature.
The wind flow will go up and over it.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber1 News.
And we'll be right back after this.
Have you been to iFiber1.com? The most up-to-date news in the Columbia Basin is just one click away. With news, sports, and weather, you can stay in the know with what's going on in your community. Read your news on the go by visiting iFiber1.com on your tablet or even your phone. Follow us on Facebook for quick updates and discuss the news with others in our area. Your #1 news source in the Columbia Basin is iFiber1.com. Check it out today. What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. It's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
Welcome back. Grant County is looking for an engineering firm to help connect the fairgrounds to the Moses Lake sewer system. County commissioners agreed Monday to find a firm after the Moses Lake City Council recently voted 4-3 to change a city policy requiring properties to be annexed by the city if they connect to the city utilities. The change exempts the fairgrounds from the requirement. State Department of Health officials set an April 30th deadline for the commissioners to decide on changes to the fairgrounds' septic systems. The state officials claim the septic systems are affecting the groundwater in the area. When the resolution is finalized, county officials plan to seek grants to help fund the construction of the sewer pipe. Engineers estimated the project will cost about $1 million. 2 people were injured in a collision on State Route 243 about 13 miles south of Mattawa. Dolores Galloway, an 88-year-old Yakima woman, was driving a 2005 Ford 500 west on State Route 24 when she reportedly failed to stop at a stop sign at the SR 243 intersection and struck a 2005 Nissan pickup truck heading north. According to the Washington State Patrol, Galloway was airlifted by MedStar to Cadillac Medical Center in Richland for her injuries. The driver of the pickup truck, Antonio Mendoza, a 66-year-old Union Gap resident, was injured and taken to Cadillac. The State Patrol issued Galloway a ticket for failing to stop at the stop sign. At least 3 windows were shot by someone with a BB gun in Moses Lake during the weekend. A woman reported hearing possible gunshots Saturday night in the 900 block of South Balsam Street. The woman found a small hole in a window of her residence, as well as a hole in the windshield of a vehicle. Early Sunday morning, a second person reported finding a hole in the window of a pickup truck in the 200 block of East 9th Avenue, about a block away from the other damaged windows. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Moses Lake Police Department at 509-764-3887. In Northwest news, a crumbling cliffside shows no signs of stopping in one Washington community. And as the landslide gets worse, there's a new round of warnings and a rush to get everything out. Como's Russ Bowen has the details.
Power crews turned the electricity back on to one of 3 evacuated homes. This comes as the slide that started last Friday continues to expand. The best perspective from the air.
It definitely has grown quite a bit, and even over the last couple of days, so it's definitely still moving, that's for sure.
It's unusual. Typically, slides like this settle down in a few days. In this case, the city says it could be weeks. That means a quick move for the renters of this $1 million home.
We would like folks to be able to get their belongings out when possible. And our window's here, but we just don't know how long that window will be open.
There are still a lot of unknowns.
I was told basically to just get a bag ready just in case anything else happens.
People who live very close can just wait, hope, and maybe help.
Just trying to make sure that the families that are being displaced are okay. That's obviously our biggest priority.
Despite their own worries.
It's always a little scary to know that at any point in time, a cop car can pull up to my house and say, hey, you guys have to leave.
An incredible video shows what some firefighters come up against and the other lengths that other firefighters go to help strangers and each other. Reporter Sarah Sidner has the story.
A terrifying moment. A firefighter climbs to the roof of a house to help put out a raging fire inside. Instead, he helplessly plunges into the inferno. The reaction from witnesses says it all.
People were all just shocked by the firefighter just falling into that hellish pit of fire.
Cell phone video captures the accident from multiple angles. Captain Pete Dern was attempting to vent the roof. It's a technique often used where a firefighter cuts a hole in the roof to release dangerous gases and smoke to make it safer for colleagues to fight the fire on the ground or attempt a rescue. But in this case, it was the firefighter who needed rescuing when the garage he's on collapses. Captain Dern is caught inside for several minutes before he's pulled out. He's conscious, but more than 65% of his body is burned.
Remnants of his uniform, his charred uniform burnt, it would kind of tell a story just by looking at it, what the hell he went through in those 3 minutes.
Captain Dern, a 25-year veteran of the Fresno, California Fire Department, is alive, but relying on a respirator to breathe.
Very traumatic time for the fire service and for the Fresno Fire Department. We are a family, brothers and sisters, and as you can see here, we rally around each other.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.